Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your man with the plan, Jay Grinds, out here with another YouTube video. In this video today, we're going to be going over good teams for for the limited this week, season 8, week 3. We're going to go over a team for the Warriors and for the Celtics, a good team to use. And we also have a lock of code at the end. But before we get into that, if you guys are new, if you could please like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. If we could reach 10 likes on this video, that would be huge. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So the limited requirements this week are pretty easy. So you have to use 13 players either from the Warriors or 13 players either from the Celtics. You can't use 7 players from the Celtics and 8 players from the Warriors. It's got to be 13 of either one, but there is no gem level requirement, so you can use Dark Matters or Invincibles, it doesn't matter. So the first card for the starting point guard, we're starting with the Warriors team here. We're going to use Jordan Poole. I really like this card. A lot of people are kind of iffy about him, but I actually really like that card, so that's what I'm going to be using. The backup point guard position, we're going to use this Pink Diamond Gary Payton, who's a pretty great budget point guard. This came out a few weeks ago. This card here, Gary Payton II. Great card to run as your backup point guard. So for our starting shooting guard, of course, we're going to be using Klay Thompson. Let me just find here. So we get the hollow Klay. You can use literally any version of Klay, and it's going to be a good version. It's going to work just fine. Even the diamond one from way back at the start of the year would work fine. For the backup shooting guard for the Warriors, we are going to use Andrew Wiggins. This card is insanely good. He just got a new one. I'm going to be running this Pink Diamond Takeoff one. But, I mean, if you guys have finished the challenges where you got the new, I haven't finished those up yet, but use that one for sure. Will work out perfectly. For the starting small forward position, of course, I mean, this is pretty easy for the Warriors team, but we're going to be using Draymond Green. Such a good card. For the backup small forward, we are going to be using Kuminga. He also just got a new card, so if you have that, use that for sure. That's all these cards that are coming out lately are so good, so certainly use that. But if you only have the Pink Diamond, perfectly fine. A really great card as well. So for the starting power forward, we're going to be running Nate Thurman. Very good card. These Dark Matters are all super cheap now, so that's why I went ahead and used them. I tried to keep the cards to no higher than around 100,000. But for the backup 4, we're using Looney. Really good card that came in the playoff set. Starting center, of course, we're going to use Dark Matter Wilt Chamberlain. He is also cheap now. And for the backup center, we are going to be using Wiseman. James Wiseman's card's release is a little iffy, but it is very good. And if you can get used to the Reese, super solid budget option. This is the Warriors team. Of course, just throw 3 Warriors golds on at the end of the bench. So let's go ahead and get into the Celtics team. So for a starting point guard here, we're going to be using Marcus Smart. Very good card. I mean, so many good cards came in these challenge sets. I don't remember what they're called. But for the backup point guard, I'm going to be using Paul Pierce. Definitely his Dark Matter one, obviously. It's the only point guard Paul Pierce card there is. But that's actually a very solid card. Surprisingly, their release is just a little bit iffy. But for limited and backup point guard, it'll work just fine. So for the starting shooting guard, we are going to be using Jaylen Brown. Now, I only have this Pink Diamond one, which could probably get it done in limited, but certainly use at least the Galaxy Opal, or the if you have the challenges done, you have that other Dark Matter Jaylen Brown. For the backup 2 guard, we're going to be going with Derek White. Now, I don't have this card either, which is why I'm just going to be I'm going to be running Warriors team this weekend. But if you want to do Celtics, Derek White is going to be your backup shooting guard. It's a really good card as well. So for the starting small forward, we are going to be running Antoine Walker. Just find him here. It's a solid budget card as well. really, I mean, you can't go wrong with these cards these days. But let me just apply a contract here so it doesn't look so ugly. And for the backup small forward, we are going to be using let me take a look and see. I can't read my handwriting. Here's who we're going to be. Oh, Grant Williams for this one, also from the playoff set. Really good card. Even his gold card is super good. In reference to the Zero Gravity one, that's a really good card. I like that card a lot. So for the starting power forward, we are going to be using Bird. On this one, you probably definitely want to get the Dark Matter version, but again, it's under 100k. I'm going to go ahead and check in the Galaxy Opal one that I have in my collection. But this card can probably pass as well. I never was a big fan of this card at all, but I do have it. So for the backup power forward, we're going to just throw in Tatum here, which certainly there's Dark Matter Tatum, but this Galaxy Opal Tatum from however many seasons ago is still plenty fine. It'll work just for, it's a backup. You're hardly ever going to run your bench in limited. At least I don't. Typically people quit super easy because there's no reward or anything. But for the starting center, we're going to be using Al Horford. However, if you do have the MT to spend, definitely start Taco Fall and put Al Horford as your bench center. But we're doing this cheap, so Dino Raja is going to be your backup center. Or you can start him either way. Al Horford, again, his good card, just his release is pretty horrible. But, so either start Taco and bench Horford, or you can either start Horford or Dino Raja. I don't have any Dino Raja in my collection, but that is going to be the Celtics team. Now, we do have a locker code for you guys. This did just come out on Friday, so make sure you guys get that in. It will be active for 5 or 6 more days. So the locker code is unfazed -packs -in -MyTeam -WD 4Y8. If you guys need to, go ahead and pause that video, but that is the locker code. Let's see what we're going to get here. I do just want to say I appreciate you guys coming by and watching the videos lately. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe. And you guys have a great day. I'm going to go ahead and get out here. You guys watch and see what lovely stuff I get. Alright, have a good weekend. Good luck in limited. Jay Grinds out.